Have you ever noticed in Punch-Out when you get knocked down, Little Mac's shorts and gloves change color? Usually they are green, but as he gets up and walks back into the match, they're white before suddenly switching back to green. Why is this the case? Well, this is a common problem in NES games due to, you guessed it, hardware limitations. The NES has 56 colors at its disposal, but it can only actually display 25 different colors at any given time. Interestingly, this color palette was hand-chosen by Nintendo rather than mathematically generated with bits, which is how the NES's competition, like the Sega Master System, handled it. In fact, it's how we still handle it today, but instead of using 2 bits like the Master System and having a palette of 64, modern computers usually use 24 bits, which allows for over 16 million colors. But back to the NES. It uses palettes of 4 colors each to store color information, but it can only have 8 palettes at once. 4 palettes for the background and 4 for the foreground. Well, this doesn't sound right. I said it can have 25 colors, but 8 palettes of 4 would be 32 colors? Well, the first color in each palette is always stored as a transparent color. It essentially tells the system's PPU to just not render anything designated with that color. This means each palette is really more like 3 colors each, and 8 times 3 is 24, plus that transparent color makes for 25 colors at once. However, when we split these palettes between the background and the foreground, sprites in the foreground only get about 12 colors max. Newer NES games were able to get around this with something I talked about in a previous video called a scanline counter. It essentially allowed the NES to change palettes as the graphics were being rendered to the TV. Older games like Punch-Out, however, couldn't make use of this and had only 12 colors to work with for Little Mac, the opponent, and the HUD at the top. On top of this, each 8x8 tile can only access one color palette at a time, which means that certain things that use one of the same colors, but also different colors, will need an entirely new palette that may repeat a color or two. This is pretty inefficient. It means that a lot of the time, you're not really actually getting 12 colors at once. Nonetheless, this seems fine. Little Mac's shorts are green throughout the fight. In the beginning, I said his shorts turn white when he gets up, but this was misleading, because what really causes his shorts to turn white would be Mario entering the frame. There simply aren't enough palettes to go around, and so the tiles that make up Little Mac's sprite change to the same palette that makes up the bottom of Mario's sprite to save space. This palette is almost the same, but swaps green for white, making Little Mac's shorts and gloves white while Mario is on the screen. This is a pretty common trick to accommodate the NES's limitations. Even the original Super Mario Bros. Uses it, like making Goombas blue in the blue underground levels.